What's up? Been a while, guys, but how's everyone doing? I have been playing a good amount of games under quarantine, and I would imagine a lot of you guys have as well. So I figured maybe just talk about that for a little bit and just talk about games we've been playing. Kind of some chill ass conversation piece, I guess. Uh, so yeah, let's do it. So first things first is that uh, technically I think I beat a game right before quarantine actually started. But I'm gonna stick to the games that I mostly have been playing during this whole quarantine phase or whatever you want to call it. I've been playing a lot of Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal, I think, is like weird because usually I don't really like playing multiple playthroughs of pretty much any kind of game. Like I even games that I typically love, I don't really do multiple playthroughs, usually because the games that I love are much longer. But now Doom Eternal is not really a long game, so I'm able to do multiple playthroughs very easily. And yeah, I did my first playthrough on Hurt Me Plenty, which is I'm pretty sure is basically like the equivalent of normal. And then I did a second playthrough on Extra Lives mode on Ultra Violence, which is harder difficulty, but now there's permadeath. If you lose all your lives on Extra Life mode, basically does the equivalent of deleting your save and you start from the beginning of the game. So I beat on that, and at the time of this recording, I'm also on a third playthrough, which I'm considering my last playthrough because I've kind of been playing a lot of Doom Eternal, which is Extra Lives mode again, but now on Nightmare difficulty. Because I know for sure I'm not cut out for Ultra Nightmare, which means you only have one life with permadeath. So I'm just gonna do Nightmare with Extra Lives mode because there's no way in hell I'm doing Ultra Nightmare. Trust me, I've tried. I can't really get past the first level, and I got past it once ever. And then once I got to the second level, I just died and started from the beginning. I'm not making it through that. I would love to, but I'm not that good. Or maybe I need a PC because I'm not playing on PC. I'm playing on a console. So maybe Ultra Nightmare is just not a thing, or not possible, or maybe just not easy at all on consoles. So maybe I just need to get a PC version, which I will soon because I think it's a lot better that way. I've also been playing a lot of Trials of Mana. I beat Trials of Mana, and I will say this much: like, I know the Secret of Mana remake was not very good, but I'll say this much: Trials of Mana does a lot better of a job actually making the game fun. Like, okay, I didn't play any Mana games before this point. I was pretty new to the Mana games, so like I don't have any experience in saying like, oh, Trials of Mana is a better game or Trials of Mana is my favorite or anything like that. I've literally only played this remake of Trials, and that's it. So I don't have anything to really compare it to. I can't really tell you like, oh, how it is compared to like Secret of Mana. But I really enjoyed myself, and I feel like if the Mana games are all like this, I'll keep enjoying them. And I'm not like in love with everything the game has to offer, but what I really like in particular was this one song that plays with all the, like, not all the towns, but it plays in like certain towns and like almost every shopkeeper, and all the shopkeepers do the exact same dance, which is just hilarious. That sounds so funny. I love how catchy it is, but it's fucking stupid how they dance like that, but it makes me laugh, so it's all good. I also played the Final Fantasy VII Remake, so I guess, if anything, Square Enix is getting a lot of my time right now, which is weird, because I usually don't really play Square Enix games. Not because I don't like RPGs, I just, a bit of a hot take, but I usually kind of consider Square Enix to be very, what's the word I'm looking for, like, overrated? Not that I don't like their games, I do, but I feel like certain games that they have put out are usually like really highly loved, and I just didn't connect with it as much as I thought I would. So when it comes to Final Fantasy VII, the original was one of those games. I never really clicked with it. I didn't really care too much of it. Like, I thought it was a good game, but I never felt it was ever like this masterpiece of gaming or this monumental shift of taste for myself or anything. It just kind of felt like every other game to me for the most part. That isn't to say that there wasn't like anything good about it or it was generic or anything like that. I liked, back then, I particularly liked character designs and like the music. Some of the music was pretty good. And then when I played this Final Fantasy VII Remake, considering those were the only things I liked, I figured, considering this remake was made from like the ground up to be like its own thing for the most part, I figured, all right, maybe this particular interpretation will be, maybe I'll like it more. Who knows, right? And after beating it, yeah, I actually do like the remake a lot more than the original. How much more? I don't know, but I do like it a lot more. I feel like the action's more interesting. I feel like the characters are just better characters this time around. And I feel like that remake is essentially what people back then felt like the game was like. I don't know, it's weird to say, but yeah, I kind of did like the 7 remake a lot more than the original. And that's not to say I love the remake to an extent that people love the original, because the remake does have weird little things about it that I don't necessarily understand. Like, I didn't find certain, like a large majority of side quests interesting, for instance, but I liked it more than the original. I'll say that much. I've also been kind of playing, funny enough, another Square Enix game, a lot of Dragon Quest. I don't know if you guys remember a while back, but I made a video talking about how I kind of fell in love with Dragon Quest, and that kind of stays true to this day. I've beaten Dragon Quest 1, Dragon Quest 2. At the time of this recording, I am still going through Dragon Quest 3. But at that point, I think I'll be done with the Erdrick trilogy, specifically. So there's that. They're not very long games, so I'm kind of just taking my time through them, playing them. I will say that from the time that I have played Dragon Quest 3, it's easily the best so far in those particular games. And from what I understand, Dragon Quest 3 is like this beloved thing, and I wouldn't be surprised if it ends up being my favorite RPG of the system it's on. Which is, I believe the original was on the NES, so there's not a lot of competition for me, because I've played the original Final Fantasy, and I was not having fun with it, to be honest with you. I felt like I had more fun playing Dragon Quest 3, 2, and Phantasy Star. So it is what it is. But yeah, I've been playing a lot of Dragon Quest as well, and that's been really enjoyable lately. I also have went back to playing Mortal Kombat 11. Went into the training room, played with a couple of friends already as it is. I'm a Jade main, so, but I haven't really caught up with like patch notes or anything like that. I heard that she got buffed. I don't really know much about that, to be honest with you. But I'm a Jade main, so, you know, I guess you could say it's like the hype for Mortal Kombat Aftermath that really brought me back. So yeah, I've been kind of having fun with it again. Until I get frustrated again with zoners, because I am a zoner, but, you know, I don't count myself because I'm good at the game. No, I'm just fucking around, but no, yeah, I mean, Mortal Kombat Aftermath is kind of making me interested again, so I have gotten back onto the game and have played it from time to time, so that's been fun. And yeah, I think the only thing left is probably Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, primarily because by the time this video goes up, that game is probably already out. Because at the time of this recording, the game isn't out yet. It's only out in like maybe a few days. So yeah, I'm not really playing that right now, but you can bet your ass I will be once it's out. So, you know, I guess you can add that to the list as well. And I'm sure if you guys know me well enough, you know every once in a while I still play Smash, so I guess Smash also counts, but it's gotten to the point where it just feels like routine, and not necessarily something I need to announce when I'm playing. so yeah, Smash has also been a thing as well. But yeah, guys, just let me know, what have you guys been doing during this whole quarantine? I know it's been a while since my face has been on screen, but fill me in. What's been going on, guys? How you doing? You taking care of yourselves out here? It's crazy, but yeah, just let me know, and let me know in the comments. Like the video if you liked it. Dislike it if you hate me. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.
Shifty, yeah, shifty. Wanna be the #1 gamer? Come and get me. It'd be dope if you subscribe. Could you like the vid, please? Take your time, you don't gotta do it swiftly. Shifty, shifty. Wanna be the #1 gamer? Come and